Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for your patience. A very warm welcome to today's session. I'm Sushmita, your host for this exciting webinar on AutoReports, a report creation and distribution automation tool. Thank you for taking the time to join us. We are really excited to show you how AutoReport help team save time, reduce manual labor, and make reporting almost effortless. Now, before we dive in, let me quickly introduce to our key panel for today. Our founder and CEO, Joseph CV, who will start us off with a quick intro to Logesys and the story behind AutoReports. Our CTO and the product owner, Manoranjan Ayaswamy, who will walk you through the vision, the challenges we set out to solve, and how the product came to life. And finally, Shaurya Panigrahi, the engineer behind the scene, who will give you a live demo so you can see the product in action. And here's what we have got lined up over the next 45 to 60 minutes. Introduction to Logesys, what is AutoReports and why we built it, a look at the real-world problems it solves, a hands-on demo, and a live Q&A at the end. So feel free to drop question in the chat anytime, which we will of course answer during this session. So without further ado, let me hand it over to the backbone of your organization, our founder and CEO, Mr. Joseph. Over to you, Joe.
Hey, thanks, Sushmita. Good afternoon, everyone, and warm welcome to all of you to this webinar on Auto Reports. Before we get into the main event, I would like to take a few minutes to introduce Logesys to all of you. Logesys Solutions is a 20-year young organization. We are based out of Bangalore in India. Out of the 20 years of our existence, we have dedicated 15 years to building a competency in the space of data and analytics. I must say that we have tried to keep a very laser-sharp focus in this domain, which has helped us to scale both horizontally and vertically. And what I mean by that, by horizontal scaling and vertical scaling, so in the horizontal scaling, we have uh, systematically and strategically added our competencies to cover the entire value chain of data, right? When I talk about the value chain of data on one end of the spectrum, it's all about extracting data from various sources. The sources could be your on-premise systems, it could be your SaaS application, it could be your legacy systems, it could be your IoT sensors, it could be your social media handles, and it also be publicly available data on the web which we can scrape. On the other end of the spectrum, we use generative AI, LLMs, and agentic AI frameworks to build AI-enabled solutions and agents for our customers. On the vertical front, when I talk of vertical scaling, we have built a competency on certain specific industries, and these are industries which are global economy drivers, I would say, like something like retail, manufacturing, and supply chain. Now, that laser sharp focus of ours and this integrated approach we have taken has helped us to do about 2,000 plus analytical projects over the 15-year period. And these projects include uh, projects across the various service rooms I just talked about. In terms of our strengths, we are a 100-member team. We are located in our global head office, most of them, and some of them operate out of a client location, operating from major markets. And our major markets include India, Middle East, and the North American region. When it comes into our USC, we are a techno-functional team, and that's our expertise. What I mean by that is we have a core set of people in the senior management level who have very specific expertise in certain industries in which we specialize in. And most of them have started their careers in the shop floor area and then moved into technology front. So we bring back techno-functional progress to the discussion table, which has helped us to build solutions with this adage of business outcome first and technology second. So that's what Logistics has been doing for the last 20 years. Now, I would like to introduce you to some of our key services. The first service we offer is data engineering. So this is a service where we do data modernization, which is nothing but moving your data from on-premise to cloud. We build the data pipelines, we build the data strategies, we help in creating market data intelligence, so on and so forth. Data engineering is a very critical function. In a very simple term, I always like to call it as the plumbing work. It's a plumbing which is needed for any of your data or analytics initiative. Without data engineering, your data science doesn't exist. Your AI/ML projects are bound to be a failure. So that's the first service we offer. The second service we offer is data visualization. This is our primary service. We started our journey in analytics and data visualization, and they're still going strong. So here we basically do data visualization, like in terms of building dashboards, creating reports, embedding dashboards on web applications or portals, or creating real-time insights from your sensory data, so on and so forth. So that's what data visualization is all about. The third service which we offer is digitization. Here it's all about process automation. So here we do consulting, we do process automation, process optimization, and the digital transformation as well. So here in this service, we limited a lot of agentic AI frameworks because that's what is kind of taking over the world right now, where RPAs and DPAs are talked about, but now they have become passe and it's all about agentic AI. And we have been getting our hands dirty on the agentic AI framework. The other service we offer is data science, where we build customized models and AI and ML using the Python framework. So these four services are a service offerings, right? Now, for the last couple of years, to be very precise around the pandemic, we wanted to focus or build certain IP-based solutions. Now, this was not a transactional decision, right? It was not something like there was a peer pressure that everyone is doing it, let's do it, or a herd mentality. No, this is a very strategic initiative we took in the organization, and we started investing our time, energy, and resources here. We have been very fortunate to look at close quarters within our customers, some of the problem statements they face in the space of data analytics, something like a front row seat in a theater, I would say, right? So we've been looking at these problems in close quarters. We've been able to see how they create business impact and the gap which is available in the market with existing solutions. And we set out to actually fill those gaps using AI on ML. And now we also infusing generative AI into most of these solutions which we are building. Today, we are going to talk about one such solution, which is called AutoReports. This actually started off as a discussion point with one of our retail customers, where there was a problem statement. We discussed about it, and that was a spark for the entire product, which has today grown into a full-fledged SaaS application. More details of this will be shown in the webinar. So from the services, I'd like to move on to the clientele of Logesys. So these are all the clients we have worked with in all the major markets. As you can see, the logos, some of them are globally recognized, well-renowned logos. This has happened because of our latest sharp focus in the data analytics space. And we have been able to earn that badge of a trusted partner for the data analytics initiative, by virtue of which we have been able to contribute to the growth of their business. So, with that short introduction of Logesys, I would like to thank you once again for your time and this opportunity we added together. And I would like to pass it on to Sushnita, who will be guiding us through the rest of the webinar today. Over to you, Sushnita.
Thank you, Joe, for this insightful overview. It's always inspiring to hear how Logisys has evolved and how that journey led to the creation of Auto Reports. Now, to take us deeper into the product itself, I would like to invite someone who has been instrumental in bringing Auto Reports to life, our CTO and the product owner, Manoranjan. Over to you, Manu.
Thank you, Sushmita, and thanks everyone for joining this webinar. I will take the next few minutes to introduce the auto reports, and then I'll also walk you through the value it brings to the business. And to get there, we will understand who are the typical information users of this information in any typical business. Right? We have like three types of users. One is the CXO layer, and then the functional heads, and then the core operational team. So, what kind of information CXO needs? So, they need like dashboards, which can give them the overview of the business, the key metrics, and then the business performance. And also, they need some actionable insights. So, this is scattered by the dashboards they have in the organization. Could be, I mean, it could have been built by using Power BI and Tableau kind of tools, right? So this is addressed. And then the function heads, they also need the dashboards, but they need something like dynamic where they can slice and dice, they can do some analysis, they can drill down to the bottom of it. So they need like such a tool, which is again like added by the dashboards tool available in the market. Then comes the core operational team. This team, they do not need any fancy dashboards most of the times, and they need a very standard static reports to run the day-to-day operations. I like to pick some examples. The accounts team might need accounts receivable report and accounts payable report start of the day, so that they know whom to follow up with. The supply chain team, in other hand, they need the open orders and what items are going to be added to the inventory today. I mean, which orders are on the way. So that these kind of reports are very much essential for the business operations, and this is where the auto reports fits in. And before we get into how auto report fits in here, we'll see how it is currently addressed, how this core operational team, how they are served. So this team is served with three different ways. One is they already have the dashboards built as part of the MIS. So these dashboards can be extended with these reports, the AR and AP report. So it can be extended, and these users can be assigned with the licenses. It works very good as long as your team is small. But in most of the cases, this operational team is very huge in number, sometimes hundreds, sometimes in thousands. So when you have more people you need to deliver this reports to, then this option becomes very expensive because you need to assign license to each one of them, and it is going to be expensive and it cannot scale further. So if the company they don't want to spend this money, so then they go to this manual way of distributing report, where they have somebody in the MIS team. They download the data into Excel. They slice and dice the data in the Excel. They prepare the report manually, and then that report is sent to them. I mean, that is sent to the recipients. So all this process is done by someone in the MIS team, which is completely manual process. This works fine if you're sending just one report to 10 people every day. But when you want to send reports more frequently or to a very large set of team, then this option becomes very error prone and it cannot scale. When you have to send 5 reports twice a day to, let's say, 100 people, then it is impossible to do that this way. So it cannot be done manually. So when it cannot be done manually, the next option, say the company, they automate this process. So they build some custom programming or application that automates this process, which extract the data from the sources and prepares the report and sends it. But this option is very expensive to build and maintain, and for every a new report they want, they depend on the technical team to add that report. So this is again becomes very expensive and it cannot scale. So what exactly this team needs? How to cater? I mean, what kind of tool can cater this operational team's requirements, right? So we need something that can distribute the reports to the larger set of audience at a very a large frequency, irrespective of 4 times a day, 5 times a day, or even 10 times a day. Tool should also be low cost and without compromising on the quality and then functionality, right? Must not add to the cost very much. And also the option we need to have is to be fully automated with very less or no manual intervention, right? So these are the qualities of the tool that can fit in, that can cater this operational team's requirements of reports. That is exactly where auto reports fits in. So how auto reports serve this? It has some key features. I'll just walk you through just a few. It is easy to deploy because it is a SaaS product. There is no deployment. It is easy to set up any report with just few clicks. We can add a report, and it can connect to any databases on-prem or on cloud, your ERP, your CRM, anything. It can work with, and there is no limit to the number of people to whom this report can be sent to. There's no limit, absolutely no uh, a limit. These reports are delivered to their emails or teams, and we are adding additional delivery channels like WhatsApp and Slack and all that. But right now, it is delivered to your emails and teams. There is no additional learning required. It's very easy to set up. As I said, just few clicks, it works. And we are going to see the demo of our reports very soon. So with this introduction, I hand over back to Sushmita for the next section. Thank you all.
Thank you, Manu. That was a great walkthrough from the real world challenges teams face to how AutoReport was built to solve them. What stood out most was how it's completely no code and how effortlessly it can automate the distribution of any number of reports with no errors at all. And you can also latch it with your existing mailing platform. Definitely a game changer for anyone tired of manual reporting. So from here, let's move to the part where we all have been waiting for, the live demo. I'd like to hand it over to Shaurya, the key engineer behind AutoReports, to show you how it all come together in action. Over to you, Shaurya.
Thank you, Susmita. So let's dive into the product. This will be the portal for the auto reports. You will have the login credential to log into the portal. Once you log into the portal, you will be landed in the home page where this will be the command center for you, from where you can create a new report with a very simple click, or else you can find one of the existing report and modify the report to the requirement. For today, let's start creating a brand new report. Let me create a new report here. Oh, you fill your details. So just click up create report. It just created a report for you. Auto reports, creating a report in auto reports is a very straightforward process. There is total 3 steps to create a report. The first step is it's about connecting to the data. Your data is a very foundation thing to create any good reports, right? With auto reports, you can connect to the variety of data sources. It Whether your data resides in any cloud database, your on-prem database, or it can be a Excel or CSV file that resides in any cloud storage. It can be a Google Drive, it can be a blob storage, or it can be a AWS S3 bucket, right? Let me create few database connection now. Let me create one SQL connection here. So let me fill up the credential for the database. Yeah. So after entering the credentials, you can quickly test the connection. Click on the test connection, which is securely connected to the database, so that you'll get to know that your connection has been stable and you can use this connection for later. Right. So once you enter the credentials, you can save this as a database connection. Right. So let me create one more connection from connecting to a Excel or a CSV file. Let me do that. Let me click on the history bucket here. Let me get the credential for the database. So once you have the credentials, it will try to connect to the OneDrive or AWS S3 or a blob. So you can select the folder from where you want to pick the file path, right? So I'm selecting one of the file here, and you can see the list of files that you have in that particular folder, right? Let me select one of the CSV files I have and save this as a connection. So with this, our first step is complete. So we'll move to the next step. Well, using the connections, we need to tell auto reports to create to get what information you want to create the visits. So in the data sheet, we just simply have to enter the query. It can be a simple basic query, or those people who are using Power BI, you can use the same query here, which will save more time for you, right? So you would just have to simply select the connection that you want to use, and after entering the query, we can run the query and verify the data here, right? I can see the data here for me, right? I can verify the data over here. So once that is done, I can save this data sets. Let me go ahead and create a new one more data set using the Excel connection that we have created, right? Let me do that. Let me select the file as a S3 connect as a file as a connection, right? Once you do that, you can see a list of columns that you have in the Excel. If you have no idea what is there in the Excel file, you can uh, see the columns here. All the columns you have in the Excel file. Let me get one of query from the for the Excel file. Here. Same thing. Here also, after entering the query, we can verify the data. So it will just return so you a notification for you, and you can verify the data over here. Right? Let me do one thing, I guess. So yeah, so let me give a data set name and descriptions and save this, right? So this we have created two data sets. Now the third step
where this data will come to life, which is we can use this data to create a widget. So let me quickly move to the widget screen here and click on the add new here where we can add a new widgets here. So in the widgets are very basic visual blocks of your report, things like a KPI chart, a bar chart, pie chart, or a line chart, or a tabular format chart, right? So let's give a name here. We can select the data sets which the in the second step we have created. Let me select one of the data sets here. So for each data sets, we need to select the dimensions and the measures to create the widget, right? So let me go ahead and select one of the dimensions here and measures here, right? So it just generated a chart for me. So you can choose the chart type for you. Let's select a pie chart. It will just generate a pie chart for you, right? You can go back, you can change it to a donut chart. It will create a donut chart for you. You can click on the column chart. It will create a column chart for you. So you can change that according to the requirement here. Also, you have the colors you can change. All right. So you can change them. Right. Here, let me create a column chart here. Here in the wizards, I like to explain the layout part here. Right. We have made this designing your report into a very simple. We have divided the report into a grid view with a column and a row. To place a widget in the report, you simply just have to click a block. I have right now I have selected only one block at the top left corner, right? So if I select this one, this particular widget will place in that particular position. That one block we have selected in the top left corner, it will be placed there. But since we'll recommend to use four columns so that in the since you will be getting this reports in the email, right? You don't want the visits to be cramped up, right? If we are generating a KPIs, we'll recommend you to use one block. But since we are using a column chart here, I'll recommend to use four columns like this. So for this, we can simply just drag and drop here. It will just select this particular position here, right? Once you do that, select the layout here. You can click on the create widget, right? So simply we have created one widget right now. Let me go ahead and create a new widget here. Have one more widget here, right? So we'll select the other data set that we have created from the SQL connection. So let me have that here. So once you select the data sets, same, let me have a title over here. Yes, yeah. 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 So you'll have a, let's create a donut chart for this. You will have a dimensions for that and the measures for that, right? So once you select that, it will just update the chart. It will create a chart for you on selection of the dimension of the measures. For the same widget, we need to select the layout here where it will take up that place in the email report. Let me select these four positions and create a report. So now we have created two widgets for our report. To verify how the report looks, we can simply go to the previous screen here, where you can verify the widgets that you have created right now. So you might have noticing the positions that we chose. It took that place, took that space in the in the report. So this is the format how your report is going to come in the email, right? So yeah, so now we have created the widgets here. So with two more steps, we can configure the report to send it in the email body, right? For that, we can simply go to the email screen here, where you can select the list of people that you want to send. So in the recipients, you can select the people that you want to send the report. Have a custom body for the subject for the email. Let me have a subject here. Let's see, let's report and have a custom body also. Have a and save this, right? So with this, we have configured the email part. Now, to verify the people are receiving the emails or not, we can simply go back to the previous screen. Here at the top, if you are noticing, there is a send as an email option, right? Which will just send a test email to those people that you have selected. Let me quickly go ahead and click on that, send that. So it will just send a report to those people that you have selected in the preview screens, right? So once you click on the send us a email, it will generate the chart for you and it will paste it in the email body, and the people that you have selected, they will be receiving one email, right? So once the email is sent successfully, you'll be receiving one pop-up here. Let me quickly share my Outlook screen and show you how the email looks. Let me- I just received one email right now, 4:33, right? You open this. I have here, right? The same position that you have chose. The body will be the same in the what you have configured in the email script, and the subject will be same, and the widgets that you have created, it will come here. So let me show you. I have one sample email I'd like to show you. Yes. So this is one report we have with few KPIs, where few one bar chart, one one pie chart, and have a tabular format, right? So you can have there is no limit to adding a new reports, right? You can have n number of visits in a particular report, right? You can have more visits. You can select those positions, and it will take up that space, and it will just send an email, right? Since we spoke about the report distributions, scheduling is one of the main feature that comes handy here. Scheduling is like set your report to be sent on any schedules. You can select a time and the scheduling type. You can send the report multiple times a day, daily once, or weekly once, or a monthly once. You just have to select the scheduling type, what time you want to run the report, right? So you just have to select the period of time and the scheduling type and the time. So based on the time, it will auto reports will take care of all those things without lifting any finger from your side. So when you create the report, have a time, auto reports will take care of all the rest of things. So you will be receiving the daily reports without any delay. Based on the time that you are given, you'll be receiving those emails in your email inbox, right? Yeah. So this will be the scheduling here. So with this, this is the complete feature for the auto reports right now, right? If you have any questions, please have them in the chat. And thank you. Over to you, Susmita.
That was fantastic, Shaurya. Thank you. Personally, for me, it was very impressive to see how auto reports came to life and understand how effortlessly reports can be created with just a few clicks and how flexible the scheduling and delivery options are. By now, you all must be curious about the price point of the product. So, to talk about it and how you can get started, I'll hand it over back to Joseph.
Thanks, Ishmita. Uh, welcome everyone again, and I hope you had a wonderful session so far. So, obviously, the question which lingers in people's mind is all this is good, but how much it's going to cost? So, we mentioned earlier in our slide that we wanted to keep it very optimally priced because, but this is a problem statement where, there are a large number of people who are receiving it. So, we don't want to keep it by the number of users or number of emails or anything. So, we have come up with a pricing called report run pricing, right? So, that's what this is about. So, uh, as we have audiences from other regions as well, so we're keeping a dollar pricing for now. So the pricing is about $5 per report run, and the model is it's a prepaid model. It's not a SaaS, so it's more like a wallet concept where there will be a price calculator based on which you can load the amount, and the wallet is balances there. The pricing, the reports will start executing. To explain you a little bit about report run, we will have three scenarios. So the first scenario I would like to explain to you is a very normal scenario. Like you want to send a report once a day to about 100 people. If it could be within the organization or outside the organization. So if that is the case, the pricing goes like this. It's about $5 into one time into 30 working days. So it's about just $150 per month is what you're going to be spending, which is really attractively priced. And this is a very common scenario. The scenario number two is let's say you have to send one report to about 50 people twice every day, but that report needs to be split into three different variants, right? The splitting can be based on territory, it could be product, it could be distributor, salesperson, whatever it could be, right? So if that is the scenario, then the pricing works like this. It's about $5 into two times, into three variants, into 30 working days. It's about $900 per month is what you would be spending. Scenario number three, it's the most extreme of scenarios where you have about 20 reports sent to 50 people once every day. And each report is a unique report, which means you're actually sending 20 set of reports for 50 people, right? So we do have customers in this scenario. That's why we were taking this option as well. So here it would be $5 into one time, into 20 variants, into 30 working days. That's about $3,000 per month. Right now, is imagine if you have to send that using either of the other options we discussed earlier during the presentation by Mano, it's going to cost you much more than that. Now, there could be a scenario where you might have a large number of customized reports being sent to a large number of people multiple times a day, or even based on event trigger, right? Those scenarios are possible. Now, that would be a customized pricing. So, if you have any situation or scenario like that, please drop in the chat or reach out to us on the information given to you at the end of the webinar, and we'd be happy to work out a customized pricing for you. Now, as I said, no, there are people in the audience who are from other regions, so we have a dollar-based pricing. But for people who are logged in from the Indian region, there is a localized pricing. We are almost on the verge of finalizing that, so we will be sharing that with our Indian customers very shortly for something which is very customized to the Indian market. So that's about the pricing of auto reports. As you can see that we have tried to keep it at a very optimal level at the same time without compromising on the feature set and meeting their objective of distributing to large number of people in automated fashion. So that's what I have to talk from my side on the pricing. Back to you, Shishrita, for rest of the session.
Thank you, Joe. I must say that the price point is really, really inexpensive compared to any other things. With that, we have come to an end of what we had to talk about auto reports. And now we are opening up to you. Let us dive into your questions. Please feel free to ask anything you have or drop them in the chat. We'll answer them as many as we can. Thank you. By the time you frame your answers, we already have received some few questions during the session. One of the question we have, I think Joe will be the best person to answer this. Uh, what kind of companies or customers are currently using auto reports?
Okay. So, customers who are currently using auto reports are from the FMCG space. So people who are selling snacks or beverages or anything, that's one thing. Retail customers, people who have their own outlets, and they have to send, obviously, they'll be sending the daily sales report or inventory stock report. That's another segment. We also have people who have in the BFSI side, especially the street on street functions, like it could be a connection team, it could be a sales team, or it could be like someone from the distribution side or something like that. So these are some of the customers who have found value using auto report because they all have the need to consume the reports, to distribute the reports, and most of them are using emails for that purpose. And there are some people who say that, like, no, we could only send that once a week or once a month or something like that. So that's something which we have basically tried to address on this one. And also, like, no, this report consumption channel could be email, which is the default. If you are on Microsoft Office 365, Teams is also something which we can integrate. WhatsApp is also a possibility, but WhatsApp is not something which is out of the box, but something it has a requirement we can obviously customize using the WhatsApp API.
Amazing. Next question we have, I think Shaurya will be the best person to answer that. That is, what about data refresh?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, if you remember, the very first step we connected to the database, right? The credentials that you have entered in the very first step. So, when you schedule the report, using the connection that you have built to your data to the auto reports, it will pull the data, latest data from the database using that connection. So there need not be a manual intervention in that. Auto reports will be taking care of that automatically using the database connection. It will pull the data when the report is required. Whenever you are receiving the latest report in the email, you will have with the latest data. So using the database connection, the data will automatically refresh in the auto reports. So you'll be getting the latest data in the inbox.
We have one question from Sabji Mohammed. Joseph, could this be embedded into a healthcare portal handling EHR, electronic health records?
Uh, Mano, would you want to take that?
I like to, yeah, I like to take this question. So, I mean, right now we have like two delivery channels that is readily available. One is email and Teams. But as we speak, we are currently working on another delivery channel, which is the like web URL. So, as per the scheduled time, the report will be like published in a web URL, which can be embedded into any of the portal you want. I mean, of course, it will be wrapped with some the security features, but yeah, it can be done. Yeah, so this is something in the roadmap or immediate roadmap that we're working with. I hope that answers your question, Mr. Shafi.
The
Yeah, I
next
think
question
Shafi's
we
typing
have.
something.
Yes, she's typing something. Meanwhile, we can take another question. That is, what about the security of the data?
Okay. To answer your question very directly, including the database connection and the queries that you are entering in the portal, are all protected using the 256 AES protection. Whenever we are storing that pattern, AES 256 encryption is a industry standard used in the banks and the governments also. Auto reports is built on the principle of very least privilege. So auto reports only require read-only access. It is designed as to execute your query and visualize the data without modifying the your original database connection that you have. Original data will be not affected since it has only the read-only access. It doesn't have access to modify the data or delete the data. So your data will be in your platform. We are just connecting to the database and pulling the data as a read-only and visualizing those data. So your data is encrypted in both end in the transit and the rest also. Yeah, so the connection, the queries, and everything will be secured in a very encrypted code. Yeah.
Amazing. Since everything is secured and safe, the final question which we have received till now is I think Manu is the best person to answer this. What is the future roadmap for auto reports?
Yeah, we have a very exciting roadmap for auto reports. I'll just highlight features that we are going to release very soon. And yeah, of course, we are adding more default connections so that auto reports can readily integrate with any of your core systems. So we are adding like more connectors. Actually, one of the key connectors that we are adding is the Power BI. If you already have built a Power BI report and it is published, that can be used as a data source for auto reports. So you don't really have to give details about SQL queries, like connecting to sources and all that. So it just uses the data residing in the Power BI data model as the source. So that is one exciting feature that we are adding very soon. And to stay true to our claim that we wanted to be absolutely no code platform auto reports. We are replacing the SQL. If in the demo you could have noticed that we write some SQL queries which is being executed, right? So we are replacing that feature with the generative AI assisted SQL query. So the user need not know anything about SQL. They can simply prompt using the natural language, and auto reports will generate the SQL query in the background. So that one small piece of the coding will also be eliminated totally. And one other feature that we are currently working on is when the email is sent with all the different like charts and metrics, we are actually building the generative AI feature to summarize that as well. So every email that goes out from auto reports will also have a summary at the top, which is auto generated by the generative AI. So these are like some of the features that that we are currently adding to auto reports. So I mean, we can expect these features to be live very soon within weeks.
Thank you, Manu. Sounds like a very futuristic plan for auto reports. Uh, well, that brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you all for spending your time with us. We hope this gave you a clear picture of how auto reports can simplify your reporting processes, save time, and help your team focus on what really matters, which is decision making and not just data preparation. A special thank you to Joseph, Manoranjan, and Shaurya for leading us through this. And if you have more questions or would like a personalized walkthrough, uh, please feel free to reach us at connect@logesys.com or the WhatsApp number given on the screen because we'd love to continue this conversation. With this, until next time, take care. Of course, have a great weekend and happy automating. Goodbye.